I'm wondering, when are white people going to start listening to the black community? When are we going to admit that they were right about Trump? They were right during the civil rights era. They were right about abolition. And now we know, now we can see they've been right about Trump all along. They got our attention during the George Floyd protests, but we didn't listen. We were just like fair weather fans. But if we could ever get behind this community, if we could ever draw from their wisdom and their knowledge of what America really is at the cellular level, because they've seen this all along, and there is so much we could learn if we would just humble ourselves and move out of the spotlight just for a moment and let them speak.
Wagwan kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean, welcome back to my YouTube commentary. Now, I'm sending much love to every awakened soul across this planet. And the kings and queens of the motherland, the descendants of those who refuse to bow, and those who are now reclaiming their minds, I send you much love. Now, today, let me talk about this confession that there's this white man who came on social media and rant about something. I want to play you that video so you listen it first, and that's we talk about because what he talked concerned black people, because he said right now they are now understanding why they should have listened to black people. During the voting of DJT, they didn't listen, and now they are regretting. It's like FAFO, but not that much FAFO, but it's just like FAFO, because black people have been saying a lot of things since back then. Black great thinkers, black professors, they have been saying and quoting things, And when black thinkers spoke, they said that black people are angry. When black people marched, they said that we are violent, And when we exposed the truth back then, they said that black people were playing victims. But right now, the same white Americans, the same white people who told black people to get over slavery are crying about losing their country. Now, I want you to watch this clip first, and then we come back and talk more.
I'm wondering, when are white people going to start listening to the black community? When are we going to admit that they were right about Trump? They were right during the civil rights era. They were right about abolition. And now we know, now we can see they've been right about Trump all along.
The Negro is now an inferior species, or at least variety of the human race. Is well established and must, we think, be admitted by all, that by himself he has never emerged from barbarism. And even when partly civilized under the control of the white man, he speedily returns to the same state, if emancipated, are now indubitable truths. Whether or not under our system of slavery he can ever be elevated as to be worthy of freedom, time and the providence of God alone can determine. The reason why the white race will not listen to black people is because of slavery. Everything in this country can be tied back to slavery. This country designed it so that black people will always be inferior to the white race. They will push policies that will make it seem like they're being humane, but still disenfranchise black people in this country. It is rooted in pseudoscience based on their studies from Samuel Cartwright, Louis Agassiz, and Carl Linnaeus. It is also rooted in manifest destiny. The main reason is because many white people do not believe that they should be equal to black people in this country. And as long as that has been the basic level of understanding in this country, when it comes to white people and the way that black people are treated by these policies passed by white people, we will never see the progress. As a group, they will rather suffer than to actually be considered equal to us or give us any type of equity, because they feel that they will be the inferior race to us and we will do to them what they have done to us. And that is why we keep saying, y'all should have listened to black people. And we give you proof after proof every time. It's in the pudding, it's in history books, but you choose to ignore it because your ancestors wrote pro-slavery arguments to justify our inferiority.
I'm wondering, when are white people going to start listening to the black community?
Please do not come to us for wisdom and knowledge. We have told you. It's out there. You don't need to contact us. Go look it up. Don't involve us. We are tired. We are tired. We are tired. We are tired of talking. We are tired of trying. We are tired of doing all the things to get you to see us as just humans. Because in order for things to get better, all of you white people have to see me the same as you see yourselves, as humans. I don't care if you're some white liberal person that has a whole bunch of black friends. I can guarantee you still have anti-black bias that you didn't deal with. But you'll be around black people. You just won't really say what you want to really say. We're done. We're over it. I'm sitting here hoping that aliens come and destroy this planet because fuck y'all. I know this guy here is he's doing exactly what we want white allies to do. Talk to y'all. But white allies, don't tell them to come to us. Y'all talk to them. Because it doesn't matter what we say. We've been doing this for over 400, 500 years. And nothing has changed. Because at the end of the day, the only way people can feel empathy, the only way a lot of white people can feel empathy is if they go through the same experience. And then they can say, oh, I get it now. They do not have enough empathy in them to look at a situation and just try to imagine what it would be from the other person. I don't want that. Don't be sending these people over to black people asking them for us to teach you about knowledge when we know that they won't listen. We don't have health care in this country. The reason being because of racism. There's a lot of things in this country that we don't have because of racism. And until it's white people that stop with this racist bullshit. It's till white people learn that they don't need someone to stand above to feel fucking great about themselves. Or this idea that they don't want to change anything because they're afraid that the things that they have done to us, we will do to them. We are not the fucking same. We are not the fucking same. Because I guarantee you, that is not what we want. We want your fucking boots off our neck. We want to be able to breathe. I want to be able to know that if I have a run-in with some white person, that I'm not going to die. That they're not going to weaponize the police against me. That's like we're sitting here having dreams of like doing to you what you've done to, no, it does not work that way. And you know it doesn't work that way because you have seen the grace of black people. Look at what happened in Charleston when that guy, he killed 9 people, and those churchgoers, those friends and family showed up and prayed for him. That is grace. Y'all are the same people that during the 60s when the integrated swimming pools instead of, I don't know, see, if I wanted to not integrate swimming pools, I would have just been like, here, black people, here's a pool in your neighborhood, right? No, instead, what did white people do, right? They closed down all the fucking pools. It's a very much, we want to ensure that they can't get it. So even if that means we don't get it, even if that means we don't suffer, at least they suffer worse. Makes absolutely no sense. This whole entire thinking is a mental disorder. It is a mental disorder. There is something wrong with people that will willingly choose to do something that they knowingly know, that doesn't make any sense, but they know that it'll harm them. To choose something that really does no harm to, it's just, it's mind-boggling. It is mind-boggling to me. But like I said, don't send them over here to black people. We're tired. We're done. We're done. We're not protesting shit. I'm not putting my black body on the line to save y'all. Y'all can't get over racism. Then I guess you'll just have to die by it too.
Many people don't want to acknowledge that the black community are the chosen people because, let's get deep into this, because in reality, they have the knowledge that most people don't have. Like, the only reason why people know how to farm is because of the black community. The only reason why we have the music that we have today is because of the black community. There wouldn't be no rock or metal if it wasn't for blues and jazz. There wouldn't be pop music if it wasn't for disco. There's a lot of things that they created that white people never did. White people really don't have that deep of knowledge. It's either stolen ideas or they're bought. Let's be real. What did white people really invent? You could say Tesla from Elon Musk, but he didn't make that. It was a stolen idea. If you go read what he did, he literally stole the whole business. You could say Trump, but what did Trump do? Stolen ideas, copied somebody else's ideas, just like his speeches. It's like a lot of white people just copy people. I mean, look at the dances on here. Who created those dances? The black community. And that's why this app's so boring right now, because it's not because all this stuff that's going on and the negativity. The black community literally just took their energy away. That's why this app was positive, because a lot of the white people were copying their dance move, copying this, copying that, and they stopped doing it, stopped posting on here, because none of you will give them the credit or the acknowledgement that they created that dance move or that idea. Before this land was taken, white people had no clue what the fuck to do. They were taught their language, they were taught how to farm, they were taught how to season their food that they still don't know how to do. That's another thing, seasoning. All their favorite foods, barbecuing. You love the barbecue, right? That was the black community's idea. This is why they are chosen. They have the knowledge that most people don't have. There's a possibility there is white people who are chosen, because let's face the facts. What happened during the Roman times and the slavery and all this other stuff, the black women were getting raped. So they were having their children. So there might be a bigger chance than we think that a lot of white people might have possibly a little black in them. That's why white people are jealous of them, because they know they have no creative ideas. They don't know how to cook, some of them. They don't know how to do much anything. They have to copy and paste everything the black community does, because they have no ideas of their own, or they're jealous of their looks, jealous of their ding-dongs, whatever. Because their light is shining more than white people's. And honestly, the Bible says there's antichrists everywhere. The Antichrist, blah, blah, blah. But white people are the Antichrist. You have no Christ consciousness whatsoever. If anything, you try to erase Christ consciousness. I mean, look at all of you right now in this day and age. But yeah, none of you has Christ consciousness. Most white people are full of hate. And a lot of black people are full of love. How do I know this? Because the black community treated me better than my own race. Let's just face the facts right there. The black community has treated me better than the white people. Back to the Antichrist, though. You had Jim Jones. You have Trump. You have a bunch of white people always saying they're trying to save the world, and they always don't. Those are Antichrists. Always white people doing it. But yeah, most of our knowledge that we know today, the music we have today, the foods we have today, is all from the black community's ideas, which is Christ consciousness and God gave that knowledge for a reason.
Hey family, I want you to listen and watch this request this white man is making for our black men. And we'll talk about it.
Black men, I think we need you. I think America needs you. Okay? And I know it's unfair after everything this country's done to you to ask you to save it, but I think you're the only people who can.
Stop right there. First of all, no, you're not going to put the lives of our precious black men on the line. You yourself just admitted that this country, black men, is ass to kiss. And so now you're going to ask, you have the audacity and the caucasity to request that our black men get out here and what? Solve the Trump problem that racist white folk created in the first place? No, they will not.
All this stuff going on with Izzy and Palestine, well, someone's got to stop them.
So now on top of solving the problems here in America, now you want our black men to solve geopolitical problems happening in Israel and Palestine? Oh, so now you want our black men to put on superhero capes and fix everything when I thought our black men were just lazy and shiftless and ain't worth a dime. Because isn't that what you've been perpetuating and telling us about our black men for decades now, for centuries? And now they got to what? Solve the political crisis in Israel? Wow.
And anybody that says something, anytime you get a white guy or even a Jewish Jew speaking out about it, they hit them with the racist label, anti-Semitic, stuff like that. Black guys, you can do it. White guys, white people, they're not gonna jump on the you're racist train to black guys. And even if they do, I mean, come on, you can rubber glue that shit, okay? And I'm not saying we need black guys to come at it like Kanye, but we just need you to speak the fucking truth.
So I'll speak the truth. It is not the responsibility of our black men to go out here and fix the problems of white America. That has been the problem since the beginning of time. You white folk want our black men to fix your problems when it's convenient for you. Yeah, when it's convenient, if it's making you money on the football field, if it's making you money in basketball, if it's making you money in the music industry, if it's making you money anywhere, you want them to be there for you and to help you and to rescue you. But when a black man stands up in front of the United States of America and says that he is the president, he's all kind of niggas, his wife is a monkey, his kids are getting death threats, and it's a major disrespect. And not one time did I hear you call on black people then, black men then, to say stand up for your president. So no. Black men, fall back, stand down. You created this problem, white man. Now you solve it.
Welcome back. Now, black leaders warned America. They said the American sickness wasn't just racism, but it was denial. They said that you can't build a nation on injustice and expect peace. They said that if you let greed and hate drive politics, one day it will destroy you. For example, great thinkers like Malcolm X in the 1960s said something like the white man will eventually fall into the same trap he built for others. Angelo Davis said too, he warned that fascism in America won't come wearing swastikas. It will come waving the flag, but they call those voices radicals. They call those voices troublemakers. They call them extremists. Now, when DJT arrived, white America didn't see danger. They saw nostalgia. He told them he'll bring back America. He told them he'll bring back the good old days. And do you know what it means by the good old days? It's where white supremacy was great. But you know those good old days were built on the suffering of black people. Okay? Now, DJT gave them permission to hate again. DJT gave them permission to feel superior again, to silence empathy. And that felt good. It's obvious. It felt good, but until the same system turned on them. Because when you talk about hate is like fire. You think it warms you until it burns your house down. You think it warms you. You feel good. You feel... But when the time comes, when it explodes, it burns you down. And right now, white America is standing in the ashes saying that we should have listened. And the truth is, America never had a Trump problem. America had a truth problem. And the people holding that truth are the same ones who refuse to hear. You need to know that. Now, when DJT promised to drain the swamp, millions of white America thought that he meant cleaning up corruption, But in politics, we have some things we call synonyms. You talk something one, but you mean something else. Because this swamp that DJT was talking about wasn't in Washington. This swamp, it was in their hearts, filled with prejudice, filled with fear and false pride. Okay? Black economists like Dr. Claudia Anderson warned that DJT policies would enrich the elite only and crush the working class. But Fox News told them, you know what? Told them that DJT was their savior, the rich man who understood the common man. Now, they didn't realize they were being used. No. While they cheered him, he handed $1 billion tax cut to the ultra rich. While they waved their flags, the factory shut down. While they defended his every lie, their saving disappeared under inflation. And that is the same man who said that he will make America great again. That is the same man who left them broke, divided, and delusional. But it's glad some of the white people, white America, are deciding to see the truth. Right now, some of them are finally are creating videos. They are saying that we should have listened to black people, that we are regretting this is happening. This is all a result of not listening, a result of ignorance, because black people didn't need this newsroom to tell them that DJT was like this. Okay? Because black people have seen this kind of man before. They have seen this kind of man in the plantation bosses. They have seen this kind of man in the businessman who profits from pain and the preacher who hides behind gods to sell fear. So they didn't need CNN. They didn't need Fox News. They didn't need this media to tell them who DJT was, because they already lived in this movie. Let me talk about money. It's called economic karma. You know, black analysts warn that this obsession with cheap labor and corporate greed will destroy the middle class. They warn that if you don't invest in fairness, you will collapse under your own weight. But they didn't listen. They voted for a man who bragged about not paying taxes. They worshipped billionaires while hating workers asking for $15 an hour. They believed success was about exploitation and not community. You know? Now look at the results right now. Their small towns are ghost towns. Their farms are bankrupt. Their kids are drowning in students' loans, student debts, and meanwhile, corporations are wealthier and wealthier than nations exactly. That's what black economists predicted. The irony, white Americans are now feeling what black America felt for centuries. And this is economic abandonment. Their government doesn't hear them. Their leaders use them. Their dream turned into survival. This is the things that black people, black Americans were going through. Now you hear whispers on the corners like maybe we are wrong. We were wrong about what those black activists were saying, you know. But I know black Americans are not celebrating the pain, because this pain is not hitting on white America only. It's hitting across each and every community. But black Americans, I know they are reminding them that truth ignored becomes truth enforced. DJT didn't just divide America, but he exposed how America is. He made hate fashionable again. He made racism casual, and he made cruelty patriotic. White America watched their neighbors turn into extremists. They watched their churches become political stages, arenas. They watched their families' dinner table turn into shouting matches. You know, suddenly they are realizing the ugliness was always there, but they didn't see it. Black America tried to tell them that this country has two faces, one for the world and one for us. And now they are seeing it. Now, they used to say all life matters, you know. When their children are victims of police violence, they finally understood why black people say that black lives matter. They used to mock black people's pain, and they are living in it right now. And that's not revenge. That's what we call revelation, okay? It is revelation. Now, around the world, American hypocrisy has been exposed, okay? Nation once afraid of U.S. power now laughed at its chaos. Centuries of countries in Africa, countries in Asia, countries in Latin America are saying that we don't want your lectures on democracy, that fix your own house first. So when DJT attacked immigrants, mocked allies and praised dictators, the world saw America's true nature. But it wasn't a new thing to black people, because black people always knew that America's greatness was built on image and not integrity. Okay, now the empire is collapsing right now, and it's collapsing morally, it's collapsing financially, it's collapsing spiritually. And while white America panics, black Americans on the other side are pivoting. They are building communities. They are reconnecting to Africa. They are investing in self, you know. So what once looked like chaos to them now looks like clarity to black people. Okay, now When I talk about the psychological crisis that this is causing, white Americans right now are facing a new kind of pain they have never faced before. And this is called identity crisis, okay? They grew up believing that they were the heroes of every story. And now they are realizing that they were the villain in someone's else story. When DJ T back then lied that they believed him, they believed him because his lies protected their comfort. His lies protected their privilege. And now the comfort is gone. And so in the illusion too. Psychologists call it what? Let me check. They call it cognitive dissonance or cognitive dissonance. Okay? Cognitive dissonance. And as black people, they call it karma. As we call it karma. Okay? Because they are realizing that supremacy was never strength. Supremacy, it was a weakness disguised as pride. Okay? They have discovered that people they call inferior were actually survived systems they could barely endure for 4 years. Okay? Because what black people are going through, even what black people are going through up to now, what Africans are going through, you cannot put it through to the white people. You know, it is tough on them. And that's why when white South Africans face just a little bit of turnover of things, you know, some of them have run away, gone to America as refugees. Now, and this is one thing I have to say here. The black truth, they are realizing that black truth wasn't bitterness all along, but black truth, it was wisdom, okay? It was wisdom that our resilience wasn't lack, it was a divine preparation to what is coming. And now they are asking questions that how did we not see this coming? And black Americans answer their chest on saying that you didn't see this coming because you were too busy silencing the ones who did it. The best thing I'm seeing right now is the rise of black awareness in everything that is happening. When the other worlds, other nations are trembling, black people are awakening across the diaspora, black people are awakening, and there's a new pride rising. There's a new pride and apologetic, grounded and spiritual, you know. Young Africans are reclaiming history. Black Americans are reclaiming power. Black entrepreneurs are building wealth independent on Western validation, okay? The internet made the global village, and now the village is speaking one language, and that language is truth. We are connecting Accra to Atlanta, Nairobi to New Orleans, Kingston to Johannesburg. Black voice that America ignored is now global. It's now unstoppable. It's now undeniable, you know? And that's what truly terrifies the old system. Because every time we unite, their control weakens. Every time we speak truth, their illusion crack. That's why they are now regretting. Not just because Trump failed them, no, but because they see the black people were never threat. We were the we were the blueprint. And there is a confusion and the turning point that's happening now. You know, for example, more white Americans right now are confessing. You seeing videos after videos. You see it in interviews. You see it in podcasts, you know, saying that we should have listened to Black America. We should, we thought DJT cared, you know, but he used us. So the confusion has begun and it is here, but the transformation must follow because it is not enough to regret. There must be repentance. There must be rebuilding. And they're realizing that the wisdom they dismissed is the only thing that can save this future. And that is the same people they oppressed might be the only ones who understand freedom the best. Now, for black people, this is not the time to revenge. For black people, this is a time doing strategy, you know, to strategize, because while they regret, we rebuild. While they cry, we create. While they lose faith, black people rise in truth. Now, you have realized when I talk about these things lately, I usually want to talk again prophetic, okay? Because prophetically, DJT didn't destroy America, but he just revealed it, okay? He pulled the mask off a nation built on denial. He just expressed or exposed the truth that black people have carried for 400 years. That's what he did. He just exposed how white supremacy works, okay? And now the world watches as the mighty empire trembles. But that's shaking. A new world is forming. One built on truth, balance, and consciousness. Black people are architects of the new era because we survived what others couldn't. Black people carry light through centuries of darkness, and now the light is guiding humanity back to truth. Now, white America regret ignoring us. That's reality. But the story doesn't end there. The story ends with the rebirth of black people, the rebirth of Africa, with Africa rising, with the diaspora uniting, with the global realization that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. So, to every kings and queens watching this video right now, let me tell you one thing. Remember, we are not waiting for validation anymore. We are the validation, are the prophecy. And no system built on lies can stop a people built with truth. No system can do that. So that is the video that I've presented to you today. Now, tell me something. Do you resonate with what I'm trying to say? If you have watched this video up to the end, tell me in the comment section. Am I right? Am I right that black people, instead of regretting, they are rebranding themselves because they have been regretting for too long? Okay? Now, tell me in the comment section what you think, and make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, and you like this video. I'm your brother from the motherland, and much love, kings and queens. Until next time, I'll say stay powerful, stay conscious, or stay conscious, and stay black. Till next episode, peace out.